Hi everybody, it's Cookie Lou in Arizona. Well guys, I made it. The surgery went well. I went in Monday morning on the 23rd and the operating rooms were quite busy, so I was probably about maybe had to wait an extra 20 minutes to actually get brought back there and prep for surgery. I went back there and the nurse was going over a lot of things with me. She wanted to make sure I knew what I was there for. And my surgeon comes over to me and he says, "We have a date." I says, "Yes, we do." He says, "Okay, you go get ready and I'll come back and talk to you, in a little bit." So anyway, I was awake when we made our journey into the operating room, and I wanted to be awake before I didn't want to be knocked out before the doctor came in. So the anesthesiologist came over to me. He said, "Well, I don't know what the heck you're saying." He was a Russian, and he was mumbling so low. "I'm Dr. Chernitsky." I said, "Oh, that's Italian, right?" He says, "No, it's not Italian, it's Russian." Whatever. So I told him, I said, "I don't want you to knock me out until Dr. Schuster comes in the operating room." "Well, we usually don't do that." I said, "Well, we're doing it today." So it's very, my nose is so dry. So he wheeled me back there. Operating room 2 was big. It was freezing cold in there. I said, "How are you guys gonna work? It's so cold." And they said, "Oh, we're used to it." And I met the entourage of people that were going to be assisting Dr. Schuster on my surgery. And they strapped me down to the table. They put the oxygen mask on my mouth, told me to take some deep breaths. And Dr. Schuster says, "Don't worry, Lucille, I'm going to take very good care of you today." I says, "I know you will." So I don't know. Somewhere along the line, I woke up and brought me in my room, the bariatric ward. And the nurses were very good at St. Luke's. I was a little worried about St. Luke's because it doesn't have the best reputation. Uh, as far as the few reviews that people had given it. But the nursing care was really good. I mean, they were on me, monitoring me constantly the whole time I was there, taking my vitals, taking my oxygen levels, taking blood tests. The usual, all the rooms at St. Luke's are private rooms, so, I didn't have anybody disturbing me. Bathrooms were nice and large. And, I always do everything I'm supposed to do when I have a surgery because, what you do after surgery is a big part of your recovery. And, I mean, I knew that this operation was going to be a lot more painful because when I had my vertical sleeve gastrectomy done in Mexico, it was nothing. I mean, I was even doubtful that they did anything to me. I had 5 little scars. I had hardly any bruising at all. I had no discomfort except just a strong feeling of maybe I did too many crunches, a little soreness up on the top, and no gas pains, no nothing. I didn't have any gas pains this time either, but I did have pressure up here, which was gas, and I found myself. I got up right away and I started walking. As soon as I said, like, "I want to get up and start taking a walk," and the nurse says, "Great, we love it when patients do that." As soon as I started walking around, I started burping a lot, and it was alleviating this pressure up here. But the belly did hurt. I have 7 incisions that are not stitched. They're stitched under the skin, but they are sealed on top of the skin with surgical adhesive, which will wear away, and whatever other stitches are under the skin will supposedly dissolve. But I was feeling good. They were giving me, because I'm on blood thinners and I had to stop my blood thinners 5 days before, they were giving me injections, like heparin injections. I was getting 2 a day, 9 in the morning and 9 at night. And they give me, of of course, pain medications, and then they would get injections, and then the second day they were giving me liquid Vicodin, which was very proactive. Made me relax and sleep and what have you. After when I was getting my instructions to go home, my discharge instructions, they told me I was going to have to take the injections at home, and I had to give myself shots instead of 2 a day. That says just give yourself 1 a day at night, and start back on your warfarin blood thinner tablets. The doctor wanted me to bridge off of this and onto my regular medication, my regular daily medication. So I gave myself my first shot last night, and it was quite interesting. The hardest part was getting the damn cap off the needle. But anyway, I have 5 of these, 1 a day for 5 days. He also gave me prescriptions for like a Prilosec type medication for antacid. I did fill that. He says, I want people on this for 3 months, whether they have indigestion or not. This is what I do. 3 months you have to take it. So I filled that. That was about, 2 of those was about $90. And he gave me a prescription for nausea, which I did not fill because I really don't have problems with nausea. If I do, I'll go fill it. And he gave me a prescription for stool softeners, so that helped me go to the bathroom, which I did not take. Because when the dietitian came in to see me, who is, works specifically for Bridges Weight Loss Center, she told me don't expect to go to the bathroom for at least a week. You haven't eaten anything. If you feel that you're having any difficulties, just take a little prune juice with some milk and magnesia, kind of drink that down. And I said, prune juice works well for me whenever I take it. Just stick with the prune juice. So with me, if I don't really feel I need certain medications, I don't fill it. Unless I know absolutely sure that I need it, because that's just money down the drain if you're not going to use the medication. Now, for pain medication, they were giving me the liquid Vicodin in the hospital, about 15 milliliters, a little shot glass. This is what he told me. This is what he wanted me to take it home for pain. I said, my God. I had to go to 2 different pharmacies. They didn't have it. So I went to Safeway where I shop, and they had it. And Safeway, I said, such a big bottle? When I went to go get it, she said, yeah, I want you to have 15 milliliters per dose, as needed for pain, like maybe every 4 to 6 hours. $98 for this. She says, do you have any discount cards? It's quite expensive. No, I don't have any discount cards. I don't take a lot of medication, so I don't have Medicare D or any of that. Just give me the damn drugs. I'll pay the price. I'm sure between my back, my knees, my operation, I'll use it. So anyway, $98. So all I'm really taking is this. I'm taking the anti-acid pills, and I'm taking my injections. This is only 5 for the week. I did get my instructions on, what to do when I go home. She told me as soon as I go home today, I can go back on full liquids, which means milkshakes, the protein shakes with the milk. I can have a cream soup. I can have sugar-free puddings, jellos, all that stuff. Which I thought it was going to be just clear liquid the first week. Which, truthfully, I'm pretty much going to stick to it. What I started right away was the Isopure. I'm going to be drinking this for my protein and having a sugar-free jello. And maybe a little soup tonight if I want some. Now, everything went well except one thing. Doctor came in, he says, you're doing very good. The nurses are giving you thumbs up. They said she's the best patient we ever had. She's getting up, she's walking, she's drinking, she's peeing, she's taking the medications really well. You're doing all the things that I want you to do. Good girl. He says, now everything went well with the surgery except one thing. You lost your caloric valve. I says, why? He says, when I got in there, the your sleeve was quite big. I tightened that up a little bit. Then when we were doing the anastomosis on the intestinal area, which is the caloric valve is attached to the end of the stomach or the end of the sleeve. And that's the valve that opens slowly, like a little sphincter type valve, so that whatever you have in your stomach will slowly come out of your stomach into your intestinal area for digestion. He says the reason why I removed that is that it was all gray and ischemic, meaning the blood vessels around that tissue was not supplying any blood to the caloric valve and it was dying off. He says, now, maybe I could have left it in there, but it was, the whole end of it was gray. And if I would have left it in there and continued with the surgery and, and doing the actual duodenal switch, that would have continued to die off eventually because it wasn't getting any blood supply. And it could have ruined everything that I did regarding the DS surgery. He says, so I didn't want to take the chance. I removed it, and I did the attachments, the anastomosis, which is the connection from the duodenal straight to the end of your sleeve. There's no more little caloric valve in the middle. He says, so you'll probably dump more. You'll have loose stools more. A lot of that comes to play if you have a lot of sugar or carbohydrates, which I don't want you to have anyway. So I'm not worried about you not having the caloric valve because I don't expect you to be eating any crap. I'm working no more, simple carbs, no more sugar, as little as possible. And he says you should be okay, but you'll pretty much have loose stools all the time. And truthfully, ever since I had ischemic colitis in my colon 5 years ago, I've had loose stools. And probably prefer it because the other end of that for me was just constipation, which is painful for me. What caused the caloric valve to start to die off? Could have been the first surgery, could have been just, your age, internal organs and tissue starts to kind of change and die off. Who knows? All I know is that it was not good. It would have destroyed the whole operation if I would have left it in there because it would have continued to die off, and that would have been a good thing for you. So I lost the caloric valve, but he says you'll live with it, and you will lose a lot of weight with this operation, no doubt. I woke up with a sore throat. Oh, look at this. I had some woman that kept coming in and not doing the blood work very good. Anyway, she says, oh, your veins are not good. I said, well, I haven't eaten or drank anything really, so I'm not hydrated. So do the best you can. It hurt. Look what she did to me. So, okay, anyway, I'm home. I'm on the mend. I am very, very bruised. I am just purple everywhere in the belly. I have 5 incisions in the midriff, which is what you normally get like with the sleeve but then I have 2 other incisions in the belly, in the lower belly. I guess they had to go in there and work on the intestines or whatever. But I'm feeling much better. I mean, each day gets better and better. Outside of the sore throat that I have. And they said it was the incubation, when they stick the pipe down there, which I know you get dry and kind of sore and raspy. But when I had my first surgery in Mexico, I did have that experience as well, but within 24 hours it was gone. This is still sore, And I kept telling the nurses, maybe you could take a look, make sure I'm not getting any pussy pockets down there. It feels like a sore throat. No, it's just the incubation here. They gave me a cup of ice. They kept telling me to chew on the ice. So when I came home, I took a look in the mirror with a flashlight, and it's just a very red throat. And I had a lot of, like phlegm in there. And I kept spitting that up while I was in the hospital. It was a little bloody, whatever, which is, I guess, to be expected. But anyway, I'm on the mend. There's nothing major going on. There's no real problem except that I did lose the caloric valve. And now I have to start working the tool. Just wanted to come in and say hello. I hope everybody is well. Thank you so much for all your prayers and support. I really appreciate that. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.